kill inspector in Oyo. Osun Governor Adeleke seeks release of 130 billion naira local government statutory allocation. On the foreign scene, China says Canada trade deal does not target third parties. In sports news, Super Eagles striker winning you plays down transfer talk after ending Premier League goal drought. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM in Lauren. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola. Oduwole Suleiman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
The opportunity in this country, I don't lose hope. Oh my God, jackpot.
Leaving the country may not be the solution that you think it is. Don't make leaving Nigeria the only solution to your life challenges. Japa because you want to, but stop raising it as a solution to national issues that you can work on and fix. Nigeria will always be your home, and together we can make it better.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Welcome back from that short break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website, www.diamondfm.net, or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM in Lorry. Now the news in detail. The Joint Health Sector Union, JOHESO, has urged Nigerians to hold the federal government responsible for the hardship faced by patients following the ongoing strike by health workers. The union said its action was driven by the government's failure to implement its one-point demand, the adjustment of the Consolidated Health Salary Structure, CONHES. Speaking on national television, reported by Diamond FM today, JOHESO National Secretary Martin Egbanubi said the union was aware of the impact of the strike on citizens, but insisted that the government should be blamed. He noted that the union sympathized with Nigerians who depend on public hospitals and disclosed that the strike had also claimed casualties among its members, including the death of a health worker at the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital.
We truly empathize with the masses of this country, the consumer of health, those who could not afford healthcare outside the public health institution. We sympathize, and of course, we are also part of it. We are also part of this masses. Our members are part of this mass. Because when you look at what we are fighting for, it's about our way. So we have had casualties even among our members. But as the well-meaning Nigerian, the opinion leaders, critical stakeholders, patriotic Nigerians, so I appeal to government to address this demand as quickly as possible so that we can suspend this strike. Because we are not deriving any pleasure in continuing with this strike.
Power distribution companies, DISCOs, have expressed reservations over the federal government's directive that the prepaid electricity meters should be provided free to all customers. The operators faulted the announcement by the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, describing it as a political statement made without adequate consultation with key stakeholders, including meter installers and providers. Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, had on Thursday barred DISCOs and installers from charging customers for meters, warning that offenders could face prosecution.
These meters are being given to the consumers free of charge, distributed and installed free of charge without the consumer paying a dime. So it is an offense, it's an illegality for any of the installers, either through the distribution companies, DISCOs, or independent installers, to request for payments from the beneficiaries. It is free of charge.
However, DISCO officials said the cost of the meters and installation would still be borne by the companies over a 10-year period. They argued that installers are not DISCO staff and questioned who would pay for installation. The Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has organized a special prayer session for the safe return of 177 Christian worshippers abducted from 3 churches in Kuruminwali village, Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. The worshippers were kidnapped during church services on Sunday, January 18, 2026, and remain in captivity as at the time of filing this report. The prayer session held on Sunday at Tawali Baptist Church in Maraban, Kajuru, drew Christian leaders from across Kaduna State and northern Nigeria, alongside families of the abducted victims. Speaking at the gathering, Chairman of CAN in northern states, Reverend Joseph John Ayab, urged churches to strengthen surveillance and internal security around worship centers, stressing that faith must be combined with vigilance to protect congregations. Still in the news, Paul O. Ibe, Special Assistant on Public Communication to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, has raised concerns over the presidency's handling of information on President Bola Tinubu's ongoing state visit to the Republic of Turkey. In a Facebook post on Monday, Ibe noted that while the presidency confirmed the president's departure from Abuja on Sunday, January 25, 2026, it failed to disclose the duration of the trip or an expected return date. According to Ibe, the official statement only indicated that President Tinubu would return at the conclusion of the visit. A phrasing, he said, lacked clarity. He questioned what he described as a recurring practice of not stating return dates for the president's foreign trip, arguing that it raises concerns about transparency and public accountability. Meanwhile, suspected bandits have killed an inspector of the Nigeria Police Force after ambushing a patrol team at the Bodo Mashalashi border post area of Oyo State. The attack, which occurred at the weekend, caused panic in the area as residents and security operatives expressed concerns over rising insecurity in the area. The patrol team was said to be on routine security duty when armed assailants opened fire on the officers. During the exchange of gunfire, the inspector sustained fatal injuries and later died, while other officers were wounded and taken to a nearby medical facility for treatment. The identity of the slain officer has not yet been released pending notification of his family. Confirming the incident, Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Anyolade said the Commissioner of Police had ordered an immediate manhunt and comprehensive investigation. He added that preliminary findings indicated some of the attackers sustained bullet injuries, urging the public to assist the police by reporting suspicious persons or anyone seeking medical attention for gunshot wounds. Moving on to Osun State, the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has called for the immediate release of over 130 billion naira in statutory allocations allegedly withheld from the state's local governments. The governor warned that the situation is crippling grassroots governance and causing hardship for workers and residents. Governor Adeleke raised the concern in a statewide broadcast on Monday, describing the continued occupation of council secretariats as unlawful. Appealing to President Bola Tinubu for intervention, he urged the residents to remain peaceful, assuring them that his administration would continue to uphold constitutional order and protect the welfare of the people.
Of Osun State, the urgent necessity to restore lawful, peaceful, and effective governance at the grassroots in our state compel me to speak to you at this time. For close to 1 year now, local government secretariats across Osun State have been under illegal occupation by the court-sacked APC chairmen and councillors, whose election was nullified by the Federal High Court, Osogbo, in November 2022 and affirmed by the Court of Appeal on the 10th of February 2025 again on 13 June 2025. The election was struck down because it was conducted on clear violation of the requirements of the law. I did not remove this APC chairman and councillor from office. The court did. Since then, they have had no lawful mandate whatsoever.
The Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has ordered the closure of the Onitsha main markets for 1 week following traders' failure to comply with the state government's directive to ignore the Monday sit-at-home order. The governor gave the directive on Monday during an on-site visit to the market, warning that the shutdown could be extended if traders continue to defy official instructions. Soludo said the decision was taken after many traders kept their shop locked despite assurances of improved security, describing the action as economic sabotage and a threat to public order. He further warned that failure to reopen the market after 1 week would result in a 1-month closure, stressing the government's resolve to end the sit-at-home practice. And lastly, on the local scene, the chairman of Ilorin South Local Government Council, Ambassador Honorable Nuhu Majid Podo, has presented the 2026 appropriation bill pegged at 13.65 billion naira, outlining plans to deepen grassroots development across council areas. The budget was presented on Monday, January 26, 2026, at the Council Secretariat with a focus on inclusive growth, security, and effective service delivery. Tagged Consolidating Grassroots Development Through Inclusive Growth, Security, and Service Delivery, the budget prioritizes education with the highest allocation of 5.53 billion naira, followed by health with 1.55 billion naira. Other allocations include 5.45 billion naira for economic services, 852.7 million naira for administration, law and justice, as well as provisions for agriculture and social services to boost food security and community welfare. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM. Lauren, we take a short break. When we return, China says Canada trade deal does not target third parties. We'll bring you that story in foreign news and many others after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Yeah, I think for me.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just joining us, this is the news on the hour reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM. Lauren, before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, China on Monday said its preliminary trade agreement with Canada does not target any third party following threats by the United States to impose 100% tariffs on Canadian products if the deal is finalized. Beijing made the clarification amid growing tensions sparked by Washington's warning that the agreement could allow China to dump goods into North America. China's foreign ministry spokesman, Guo Jiakun, told the regular press briefing that the deal, which includes reduced tariffs on Canadian canola and visa-free travel for Canadians to China, was based on mutual benefit. He stressed that China and Canada's partnership was founded on cooperation rather than confrontation, adding that it was not directed at the United States or any other country. Still in foreign news, families, friends and community members gathered on Sunday at a sports complex in Vereeniging, South Africa, to bid farewell to 3 school children killed in a school bus crash. Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi, who addressed the mourners, said the tragedy was being felt beyond the affected families, describing it as a loss mourned by the entire nation. Sindisiwe Chikunga, Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, said the families remained in the nation's prayers. The fatal crash occurred on Monday when a private minibus transporting 16 students to schools south of Johannesburg collided with a truck in Gauteng province. Authorities said 2 teenage girls later died from their injuries on Thursday, bringing the death toll to 14, while the bus driver has been charged with murder. And that's it on the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, Super Eagles striker Taiwo Awoniyi has dismissed speculation over his future as Nottingham Forest after scoring his first Premier League goal in over a year in Sunday's 2-0 victory against West Ham United. Awoniyi sailed the win at the City Ground with a fine solo finish on the counter, doubling Forest's lead after Igor Jesus had opened the scoring in the first half. The Nigerian international endured a difficult spell last season due to injuries and limited game time, fueling reports of a possible return to the Bundesliga, with Mainz and Werder Bremen linked with the move. However, speaking after the match, Awoniyi insisted he remains committed to Forest, saying he still believes strongly in his place in the Premier League.
For me, I've always believed this is where I want to be. I've always believed I'm a Premier League player, no matter what's going on around me. That's my focus. Unfortunately, what I've been through over the last 1.5 years, I've not been playing a lot. I've not been involved. So the coach came in and he brought me back. It's something I'm happy about, and getting to the goal today is something I'm happy about. I've not been playing for a while as well, so maybe that's why the goal is not there. So getting the goals today is something I'm really about. But most part.
Still in sports news, 5 Super Falcons players, Chiamaka Nnadozie, Michelle Alozie, Asley Plumptre, Christy Uchebe and Bashidat Ajibade have been named in the International Federation of Football, History and Statistics, IFFHS Women's Africa Best 11 for 2025. The selection was published on the International Federation of Football History and Statistics official website. Nnadozie, Alozie, Plumptre and Ajibade were key members of the Super Falcons squad that clinched the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations title in Morocco. Goalkeeper Nnadozie alongside Alozie and Ajibade also earned spot in the tournament's official team of the tournament. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. Blame federal government for impact of strike on healthcare. Health workers tell Nigerians. Discos reject federal government's free meter plan. Bandits ambush police patrol team kill inspector in Oyo. Osun Governor Adeleke seeks release of 130 billion naira local government statutory allocation. On the foreign scene, China says Canada trade deal does not target third parties. In sports news, Super Eagles striker Awoniyi plays down transfer talk after ending Premier League goal drought. And those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in the year 1950, India formally adopted its constitution, becoming a sovereign republic and celebrated annually as a Republic Day in India? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091 606 27526, 091 606 27526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. Log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net, to keep up to date with us from any part of the world. Download our app on Google Play Store and iOS Apple Store, Diamond FM. The news on the hour was edited by Adeyemi Adewale. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Thank you for listening to your Shining Supreme station. Please stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon and have a wonderful rest of the day and a lovely week ahead.